I'm having a really low self-confidence day today. I don't know what has sprung this feeling on, but I literally feel like shit. So I'm gonna do my makeup, and doing my makeup always makes me feel better. But I wanted to show you guys my new everyday makeup routine because I've been learning from the it girls on TikTok, and they know what they're talking about because this makeup routine is fire. So I've been wanting to show you for a while, and today's the perfect day to film it because yeah, I do feel and probably look like crap. But yeah, this is my new 2023 It Girl makeup routine. Hope you guys enjoy. There are a couple of things that are the same as my previous one because there's some holy grail products that I now can't live without. I've been focusing more on my skincare. Sorry, I'm just gonna jump straight into it. So I'm starting off by using this Glow Recipe watermelon thing. I put this on before my moisturizer. I'm literally nearly out of it, so I have to put it on like this. And this just adds so much hydration on the skin, and I feel like when my skin's hydrated, my makeup just wears so much better. When my skin's dry, my makeup just a couple of hours later looks so bad and crusty, especially if I'm putting powders on. But using this, number one, makes your skin look incredible and so glowy, but it also prolongs your makeup as well. So I'm just pressing that into my skin. I never rub serums, I always press. If I was going to do a little bit of a heavier makeup, then of course I would use my Weleda Skin Food. It's the best moisturising slash primer. It's not a primer, it's a moisturiser, but I use it as a primer. It's the best ever, and if you've not tried it, you need to try it. But because I'm going to do more of like an everyday look, I'm just going to go in with my moisturiser, and I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This also has SPF 15 in it. I do like to wear a little bit of a higher SPF. So I'm gonna apply that on the top. Now for my SPF, Rach got me on this last year and I've literally religiously been buying this ever since. It's the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 30, and this is a really nice primer as well, and it looks really good on the skin on its own. So even on the days where I'm not wearing makeup, I'll still apply this because it's SPF, and if I'm out and about then I like to protect my skin, but it looks really good anyway. Like even if this had no SPF in it, I would still buy the products just because of how it makes my skin look. Doing my skincare and taking time doing skincare is like my favourite part of doing my makeup. It's like just so therapeutic. For my skin today, I'm going to go in with my skin tint, which I've been using recently, and it's the Iconic Super Smoother Blurring Skin Tint. Incredible, so good. Like even though it's a skin tint, it still makes you look so flawless and like airbrushed. But because I do have a couple of breakouts, I'm also going to go in with the Hourglass Stick Foundation. This is also really good if you want a little bit of a heavier coverage. But I'm just going to apply the tiniest bit on my cheeks where I've been breaking out, a little bit on my chin, maybe a bit on my forehead just to balance it out. Literally the tiniest amount, and then when I buff in my skin tint, it's just going to add a little bit of coverage. But I use the shade Golden Medium, and I'm just going to apply that with a foundation brush. These products work really well together. I highly recommend this foundation anyway, just because if you do want a full coverage foundation, this is really good. But if you want a day-to-day foundation, you can just apply a little bit less and it still gives a really nice coverage. I did actually want to wait to do this makeup look because I'm changing my background. This just doesn't look good. Like my clothing rail in the back just doesn't look good at all. So I've actually ordered a unit to go in the back of my videos. So this should be a nicer backdrop for when I film makeup tutorials. But I'm actually going to Paris next week, so for Fashion Week, which I'm so excited about. So I think Moni's probably going to set it all up for me. Don't actually mind the blemish coming through a little bit just because it looks more real, and that is, I feel like, what's trending or what's going to trend in 2023. A little bit of a lighter face, like base makeup. I would usually use this one, the Tarte Shape Tape, but this is what we're looking like. I've literally rinsed this, so I don't think I'm going to get any more out of that. I need to throw it away. So I'm going to go in with my Hourglass. This is probably more for when I'm doing a full beat makeup, but because I've run out of that one, I'm just going to have to use this. I'll just use a tiny bit because this stuff is thick and so good. Like, this is my favourite concealer of all time, but it is, or it can get quite heavy quite quickly, so I'm just going to apply a tiny bit. I use the shade Beach, if anyone was wondering, and then I'm just using a sponge to blend all that out. But yeah, with the way makeup is going at the minute and with how much lighter everything's getting, I can really imagine by the end of the year that I won't be wearing foundation anymore and it will just be a concealer job. But yeah, I think foundations and even skin tints are just going to become less and less of a thing this year. I'm really interested actually. Let me know down below what you think this year's trends are going to be, makeup wise, fashion wise. I've got a couple of predictions in my head. I think a lot of like metallic shimmery eyeshadows are going to come back in. So I'm very ready to invest in some eyeshadow palettes with some fun colours in. I remember when I was younger, my sister, my older sister, she was 10 years older than me and she used to always wear these funky eyeshadows. I was always so jealous that I missed that era. Anyway, I'm going to go in with my cream bronzer and I'm using the Refi cream bronzer in the shade Tan. Very, very well loved. And then I'm using that on this powder brush, which I usually pinch. And then I apply it almost like I apply powder, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just apply that on my forehead, on my cheeks, just kind of warm my skin up a little bit, which I'm so excited to go on holiday. I'm feeling so pale at the minute. And then for my blush, this has been one of the best things I've ever bought because I really wanted a blush that made me look sun-kissed, and all of them with the shimmers in, with the cooler toned pinks, they didn't look right, and I found the perfect one. This is by Nude Sticks and it's in the shade Sunset Strip. There's also one called Sun-Kissed, I think, and that one's beautiful as well, but this one I think just works better on my skin tone. So I just apply that. I apply quite a lot of blush these days because I just think it makes you look so youthful and fresh. I also apply it on my nose as well. And this does have a brush at the end of it, but I don't think it's very good. I'm doing well because whenever I film makeup tutorials, I always somehow end up missing steps. And it's always the blush or the bronzer that I end up missing. I finally invested in one of the oh, that looks gross, in one of the TikTok powder puffs, and I will never go back to setting my face with a beauty blender again and powder. Like, this is game changing. I don't know what it does, but it's amazing. I'm going in with the Laura Mercier powder. This one's the big one, which I'm still not even halfway through. I've had this for like 4 months. That everywhere. It's so big, there's so much of it. I'm just gonna set my under eyes with, let me just go over that actually, with the powder puff, and then I set the rest of my face with a brush just because I think it's too powdery if I go everywhere with this. But this just makes your under eyes look so smooth and it doesn't crease at all. What I also love about this new makeup routine is I can do my makeup. I can do it in half an hour and, you know, take my time with it, whatever. But I can genuinely do this in like 10 minutes, if that. I could probably do it in like 7 to be specific. I can do it so quickly. Okay, then I'm going to take the Refi liquid highlighter, and I forgot how much I love this until I had my makeup done the other day. The makeup artist used it and she basically sold me on it again because she was like, there's nothing on the market like this highlighter, and there genuinely isn't. As soon as you put it on your skin, it looks like, not in a bad way, but like sweat. Like, it looks how you want glowy skin to look. Like, it doesn't look, not sweat, that probably was the wrong word. It just looks like health. I can't explain it. It looks so good. So I'm just going to apply that to the tops of the cheekbones. And this even goes nicely over powder. Like, it doesn't go weird over powder, which is the best thing. I'm saying I apply it on the tops of my cheeks. I basically apply this everywhere because it just brings a little bit of shine and a bit more glowiness back to the skin. And then depending on the mood, I'll either do a little wing or I won't do a wing at all. I feel like on every single makeup tutorial I've ever done, ever, on YouTube, I've always done a wing. So I'm going to show you when I don't do a wing. I've stopped, guys. I do sometimes do a wing if I'm feeling it, but not every day. So I'm not going to do it today. This lash routine will change your life. I learnt this from Alex Earle and I love her. Like, I know everyone does at this point, but I love her. She taught me how to do these lashes and I'm obsessed. So you need lash curlers, but ones that don't touch. So even when you're like squeezing them, they shouldn't touch. Otherwise they're not strong enough or they're not going to be good enough. So you need lashes, lash curlers that don't touch. And then you need to get your lashes at the root, like at the very, very root of your eyes. And then we're gonna squeeze. And I mean, this is literally the very, very root. Like, it almost hurts. It kind of does hurt. I did curl my lashes this morning, so they were already a bit curled, but it's amazing. And then I'm gonna go in with my first coat of the Lash Sensational, best mascara of all time. And I'm gonna do my first layer. A mascara is one step now that I really take my time with, because I think when you take your time with your mascara, you can get your lashes just looking incredible. I keep getting questions on where I get my lashes done, and I'm like, bitch, these are my naturals. That's the first coat done, and then I'm going to go in with the same mascara, but this one's the waterproof one, and this is what's going to hold the curl and hold your lashes up. So yeah, it's the Lash Sensational, but this is the waterproof, and I'm just going to add that over the top. I mean, you can use a different mascara, so if you wanted to use like a different waterproof one to give it more volume or more length or whatever, but I just think this mascara does everything. It lengthens your lashes, it makes them look thicker, it does everything you would want a mascara to do. Oh my god, I knew I forgot a step. I forgot to do my brows. To be fair, I don't really do much with my brows anymore anyway, but these are my lashes. It's such a good routine. It is life-changing, and your lashes actually stay looking like this all day. I usually just go in with the ABH Brow Freeze and just kind of place my brows where I want them. I don't do them super fluffy. Wherever there's any sparse hairs, I just go in with a pencil. I'll wait for the brow wax to dry a little bit because it's still a bit tacky, and then I'll go in with the pencil. But while I'm waiting, I'm going to draw on a few freckles, which I've been loving doing, and I usually just apply them at the top of my nose. I have used the freckle pen in the past, but honestly there's no difference. Like, I think that was just a bit of a gimmick because this works just as well. And then I'll just tap that out. That's how it looks. And I'm also just going to fill in any gaps. Had to go get my lip products. So this is a bit of an extra lip routine as well. You don't have to do this, you don't have to use all these products, but this is just what I've been liking doing for my pictures and stuff. So I'm using MAC Cork as my lip liner. I usually just overline the middle part of my lips. So once I'm happy with that, you don't have to do this, but I colour in just the top lip. And I learnt this on TikTok again, and just trust the process with this. It looks so good. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to colour in the top. Not the entirety of the top, just most of it. I'll probably leave like a little bit at the bottom. So on the top lip, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Hot Chocolate Lip Gloss. So I'm using that on the top. This is like the brown, gorgeous, glazed colour. I can use it on the bottom as well. But then on the bottom, I'm going to go in with my Dior Lip Oil. And I just like the way that looks. I don't know why. I saw this on TikTok and I've been doing it ever since. I mean, I wouldn't do this every day. It would just be if I was like going out or taking Instagram pictures or whatever. But I'd probably say out of all them products, the lip oil and the lip liner are the two that you need. And then I'm just going to set all that down using the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray thing. And that is my new makeup routine. And I'm obsessed with it, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do feel a little bit better now, thank God. I feel like if you're ever having a little bit of a low self-confidence day, just go and try a new makeup routine, maybe even this one, or just go and do your makeup and I swear you will feel so much better. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much. I'm gonna leave all the products linked down below if you want to shop any of them, and yeah, hopefully you're looking forward to the Paris content, which I am so excited about. But yeah, I love you guys and I will see you in the next video.